Hi everyone, welcome to my second lecture on induction motor. In the previous video, I have already told you that the stator of a three-phase induction motor has three-phase space displaced winding. Remember the word space displaced winding. There is a difference between space displaced and time displaced winding. When current flowing through this winding, rotational magnetic field is produced. In this video, I will discuss how this rotational magnetic field is produced. At first, we have to understand what is the difference in time displacement and phase displacement with this example. In this example, the current represented by green color is started from omega t equal to 0. Let's assume this current has an equation I equal to Im sin omega t. Current represented by the black color is started 120 degree after that. So this current is lagging the fast current by 120 degree in time. As this current is lagging the fast current by 120 degree in time, so its equation will be I equal to Im sin omega t minus 120 degree. The current represented by red color started more 120 degree after that. So it is lagging the fast current by 140 degree in time. As this current is lagging the fast current 240 degree in time, so its equation will be Im sin omega t minus 240 or Im sin omega t plus 120 degree. If we put these three current in a single phase graph, it look like this one. So this is the example of three phase time displaced current. If three winding placed 120 degree apart from each other geometrically, then we call it three phase space displaced winding. I repeat, if three winding placed 120 degree apart from each other in geometrically, then we call it three phase space displaced winding. When three phase time displacement current is given to a three phase space displacement winding, a rotational magnetic field is produced. Now we are going to discuss how this rotational magnetic field is produced. The three-phase winding ABC represented by three full-pitch coil AA dash, BB dash and CC dash in the above figure. The concentrated full-pitch coil AA dash, BB dash and CC dash represent R, Y and B phase respectively.
If we look an arrow from front side, it will look like a dot. And if we look it from back side, it will look like a cross. So current coming out from screen is represented by dot, and current going towards the screen is represented by cross.
So now we have to find the axis of phase A. For this, we will put our thumb along the direction of the current in A. As the current is coming outward from the screen, so I put the thumb along the outward from the screen, and the rest of the finger will show me the direction of the magnetic field. Similarly, in AA dash, the current is going inward to the screen, so the magnetic field is in this direction. If we add these two directions, and we will get an axis in this direction. This is called axis of phase A. Similarly, putting the thumb in B and B dash and C dash, we can find the axis of phase A, phase B and phase C respectively. A current in phase A winding produce magnetic field along the direction of magnetic axis of coil AA dash. Similarly, current in phase B and C winding produce magnetic field directed along the magnetic axis of coil B, B' and C, C' respectively. Now 3-phase time displacement current is given to 3-phase phase displaced winding. Current in 3-phase are IA equal to Im sin omega t, IB equal to Im sin omega t minus 120 degree, IC equal to Im sin omega t minus 240 degree. At instant 1, when omega t equal to 90 degree, IA equal to Im sin 90, that is equal to Im, IB equal to Im sin 90 degree minus 120 degree, that is equal to minus Im by 2, and IC equal to Im sin 90 degree minus 240 degree, that is also equal to minus Im by 2. If these three current flowing in the 3-phase winding, proportional amount of MMF and flux will be produced. This current will produce MMF Fm along A axis, Fm by 2 opposite to the axis B due to the negative sign, Fm by 2 opposite to the axis of C due to the negative sign. MMF along axis A will be positive and maximum, so it is represented in the same direction with full magnitude. MMF along B is negative and half, so it is represented in opposite direction with half magnitude. MMF along C is negative and half, so it is represented in opposite direction with half magnitude. Now FP has a component of Fm by 2 cos 60 along the axis of A equal to Fm by 4. FP has a component of Fm by 2 sin 60 perpendicular to the axis of A. FC also has a component Fm by 2 cos 60 along the axis of A. FC also has a component Fm by 2 sin 60 perpendicular to the axis of A. The sine component will cancel each other. Resultant of the rest components equal to Fm plus Fm by 4 plus Fm by 4, that is equal to 3 Fm by 2. If we take a quick look on everything, we will see that at instant 1 when omega t equal to 90 degree, the current in phase A IA equal to Im, current in phase B IB equal to minus Im by 2, and current in phase C IC equal to minus Im by 2. These three current will produce proportional amount of MMF, that is Fm minus Fm by 2 minus Fm by 2. The resultant of this MMF will produce resultant MMF 3Fm by 2 along x-axis. Now similarly we take another instant when omega t equal to 180 degree. So what will be the current? IA equal to Im sin 180 degree, that is equal to 0. IB equal to Im sin 180 minus 120 degree, that is root 3 Im by 2. Similarly IC equal to Im sin 180 minus 240 degree, that is also minus root 3 Im by 2. So MMF along A axis is 0 because current along this axis is 0. MMF along B axis is root 3 Fm by 2 as current in phase B is root 3 Im by 2. MMF opposite to C axis. Remember the word opposite to C axis. This opposite is coming from for the negative sign because the current in IC is negative, that is means minus root 3 by 2. So MMF will be root 3 Fm by 2 but opposite to C axis due to the negative sign. Taking resultant of these three will give resultant MMF equal to 3 Fm by 2 along y-axis. One thing we must notice that MMF is constant. Resultant MMF is always constant, that is 3 Fm by 2. But the direction of the MMF is changing. First instant it was along x-axis, second instant it was along y-axis. Similarly, we are taking another instant to check whether this resultant is constant or not. When omega t equal to 270 degree, I equal to Im sin 270 degree, that is equal to minus Im. I equal to Im sin 270 minus 120 degree, that is equal to Im by 2. I is equal to Im sin 270 degree minus 240 degree, that is also equal to Im by 2. So MMF opposite to a axis, I am telling opposite to a axis because there is a minus sign in I equal to minus Im by 2. Due to this minus sign, MMF will be opposite to axis of A. So MMF opposite to axis of A equal to Fm, because current along this axis equal to minus Im. MMF along B axis equal to Fm by 2, as current in phase B equal to Im by 2. MMF in C also Fm by 2, as current in C equal to Im by 2. Taking resultant of these three give resultant MMF 3 Fm by 2 along negative x-axis. So one thing is clear from 3 instance, that resultant MMF is always constant and it has a value 3 Fm by 2, but the direction is changing as the current in the phase are changing in different instant. In the first instant, when omega t equal to 90 degree, the resultant MMF was along x-axis. When omega t equal to 180 degree, resultant MMF was along y-axis. When omega t equal to 270 degree, it is along negative x-axis. So the resultant MMF is constant, but it is moving from last x-axis to y-axis, then negative x-axis. If we take more instant, we will get that it is actually rotating from last x-axis to again x-axis and again x-axis. So the resultant MMF has a constant value, but it is revolving. This revolving resultant constant MMF is called rotational magnetic field, and in this way rotational magnetic field is produced in 3-phase induction motor.